You've heard about quiet quitting at work, where someone just doesn't say much. They basically just start doing a bad job. They just exist at work. It's kind of a slow fading away from your work tasks and getting stuff done, being productive, being a contributor. Well, that happens in relationships too. And when it does, it causes the partner who is not quitting intense anxiety, frustration, anger, resentment. And it's basically when one partner just starts backing up. They just give up. They don't want to put any effort into the relationship anymore. If you feel like your relationship is on that track right now, there are some clear warning signs, and I'd like to go through those 5. The first one, there's less physical attraction. All of a sudden, your partner doesn't touch you. They don't seem to care about you. They don't put their arm around you. If you're out walking or with friends, they no longer hold your hand. Secondly, an insufficient amount of emotional attention. They no longer talk to you. They no longer notice you. You might get your hair done and come home, and there would be no comment. They basically have checked out. Thirdly, they stop seeking your opinion or what you think about things. Usually, if you've got a big decision, the first person you go to is your partner. When your partner is silent quitting and they no longer are really part of the relationship emotionally, they're just standing there physically, you can feel that difference. They no longer give you support or talk to you about the dilemmas and issues you're having at work or at home. They avoid time together. Basically, they always have to have other friends around. If you guys go out on a date night, they're a little uncomfortable if it's just the two of you. They always want other people to socialize with you. And lastly, there's no discussion about the future. Healthy couples usually are talking about what they're going to do over the next year, the next 5 years, where they're going to go on vacation, what their plans are for 20 years or when they retire. When that stops, then that's evidence that your partner is already emotionally checked out. They're just hanging out physically. Okay, what you need to do if you want to try and salvage this relationship is the first thing, you have to quit pushing it under the rug. You need to address it no matter how difficult it is. You have to sit down with your partner and say, listen, we have a problem. And you have to tell them what you're seeing, what you're feeling. Make sure you use I statements so you don't get them on the defensive. Remember, this is the relationship. This is not you or your partner. It is truly about the relationship. Can the two of you fix this and salvage it and help it grow and thrive in the future? Secondly, understand that when you're quiet quitting, it isn't about just one person, but rather what you've created. As I've said before, the relationship is what's important. And if one of you is doing all the work, there's a lot of resentment, anger, frustration going into that relationship work, and the other person is completely slacking, the relationship is going to become unhealthy, maybe even toxic, and it may not be possible to salvage it. So before you make a decision after number 2 to go on without your partner or to try and fix it, see a therapist. Talk to the therapist about what you possibly can do. Be considerate and direct. Try to be kind so neither person feels totally at fault, but yet rather you understand what's going on, what it would take to fix it, and if there's too much damage done to the relationship, allow the counselor to talk to you about that and help guide you either through it or to kind of end it so the two of you can go on and live healthy lives without resenting or feeling angry at each other.